Well, today's the day. It is Two-Stroke Tuesday, and accordingly, it is also Taco Tuesday. So I drove around. I was going to try to find a taco truck. I saw it there the other day, and I drove by this morning, and they were closed. Boo. So on the way home, I was thinking, well, where I'm going to go, and I forgot all about this place. It's just right down the street from me. I was almost home, so I stopped by Smokey Joe's, or Smokey Mo's. Sorry. And everybody around Austin, of course, knows Smokey Mo's. They have locations everywhere in the Austin, Central Texas area, and they're pretty decent. But this time, I started thinking, it's like, well, I'm gonna try it. I have never tried their breakfast tacos, right? I'm always there for, you know, some of their barbecue and all that good stuff, and you just walk out and you can definitely smell it. It's a barbecue joint, so this will be interesting. But let me show you what I got. All right, so let's unpack this stuff. They even had their own picante sauce. I was gonna try to grab some barbecue sauce, but I forgot. Let's see what we got. Yeah, so they have the option. You just pick two fillers, 2 items, you know, for each breakfast taco. And this one I think I got one sausage, egg and sausage in a flour tortilla. One is, there's the egg and sausage in a corn tortilla. I want to see because I usually like corn, but usually you get flour on. Look at that. There's the egg and bacon. It's not sliced up bacon. It's a whole piece of bacon. If you can see that. The only thing, there's no cheese. Oh, they put a bonus. I only ordered 3. That was nice of them. Oh, another egg and sausage on flour. So, well, let's unwrap one of these, put some picante on it, and see how it tastes. So I have a feeling this is going to taste more, it'll be different. This is coming from a barbecue joint, not a Mexican restaurant, right? So I know the sausage is going to be good, but wish it had cheese, right? Man, the sausage is great. It's just what I was expecting, right? What surprises me is their picante is actually very good. It does have a kick to it, right? Adds a little flavor to it, a little spicy. I just wish I had cheese. So, as I continue eating this, then I'll try the one with bacon, and of course we have one with corn. But not bad. So Smokey Mo's, not bad tacos. They just need cheese. So I'm probably going to add my own cheese to it and heat them back up. Then I'll chow down on this stuff, and we'll get ready for the two-stroke project for the day. All right. All right. Well, it's Two-Stroke Tuesday, and the project for the day is another Husqvarna Trimmer. What's that model number? The 128 CD. Is that right? Yeah, so, and for some reason, I guess they come in 3s. This is the 3rd one I've done just in the past month or so. And I still have one over there that I just put for sale. Did a previous video on it. This other one actually looks like it's in better shape, but it just will not start. I even fooled with it for a while. I went over to the guy's house, and he had already tried a new carburetor, you know, so I swapped back, you know, swapped back and forth, even his spark plug. Tried putting gas directly into the carburetor, you know, to see if it would turn over. I mean, it's not even trying. So I was searching for spark, and it was so hard because it was sunny outside. You know, it's really, really hard to see through that little tool, that spark detector. And he said he saw it. If I saw it, it was very, very weak, right? So I said, man, I'm going to take this thing home and see if I can figure out what the hell's going on, right? So here we go. So here it is, and like I said, he put another carburetor on, and I flip-flopped back and forth. I went and put the old carburetor back on. The new carburetor, when I had it on there, it seemed like the bulb, once you start priming it, it would get to the point where it was really hard to push in, right? So I, you know, thought, well, maybe that's the problem. Maybe the new carburetor is a piece of junk. You know, everything on this looks really good. And the gas he was using, it's the canned stuff, pre-mixed. You know, so it's good gas. What else? I believe, I can't remember if this is the old plug or the new plug, but whichever. I'm going to take that off and check for spark here while we have some shade going on, right? But just out of curiosity, yeah, I don't know. Seems like you could be doing a little better. I'm going to have to check that out and see where the filter is. It hanging out above the tank here? But I'm going to put the choke on, give it a few pulls, and see if it tries at all. I doubt it. And the switch it's in the on position. This is the one that has the spring switch. So not even trying. Two things I'm going to check. I want to check for spark, and I want to see where that filter line is going through here, because it seems like it's not sucking it all in. But regardless, I mean, there is some gas in there, and it should be at least trying. So let's check for spark. Alright, let's see if we can get this sucker on here. Alright, let's see if we see anything at all. Yeah, see, I'm not seeing anything. Just want to make sure. Sometimes this little post is hard to get on, but I think it is connected. Alright, so I'm not getting any spark. Let's two things we can check. We can check the magneto, but we can also check and make sure it's not shorting out. Make sure this switch is good, right? So I guess I need to start taking this thing apart, don't I? Alright, that's a little better. catch some shade while I can, and hopefully get this sucker running. I hope we don't have to order another magneto, but if we do, we do. So I'm going to take the rear of it off. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over here, and on this side I believe this cover comes off also. And then we'll take the intake off here with the carburetor. Like I said, I hope the magneto's on this side. I just can't remember on this particular model. If not, we'll have to dig in the front too. Take it all apart. And I think I'll just fast forward through this. I'm sure you don't want to watch me unscrew the whole thing. Alright, so you can see I got the sides and the back cover off, and lo and behold, yep, the magneto's on this other side by the flywheel, which makes sense. I mean, the flywheel's up here. But while I have this off, you can see the little blue cable that's coming from the switch here. And I am going to do a continuity check and see if I can. And see if this switch is doing anything. There we go. Okay, so the switch is good. Let's continue on and maybe just separate this front. And the joker's on there. Alright. Those are screwed on. I think the motor, yeah, it just pulls right out now. Let me disconnect that cable again before I drop everything. Oops. Yeah, everything looks good in there. And you'll see I took the gas tank and the carburetor off. Took it off at one piece because when you look at it, all you got to do is just take off the throttle cable, and everything will just come off as is. So, well, here she blows. So, it's got compression. So let's take a look at, see if we can get some readings off of this magneto. Maybe that'll give us a clue. So with this magneto, it's the same as on the other riding mowers and lawn mowers I've done. You check the primary and secondary coils. The primary, if you go on this piece here, the ear that where the magnet sweeps by, and then your negative pole here, where you're switching. Let's see if it'll even. Wow, I'm not getting any reading at all. And the secondary is from this pole again through to your spark plug. So this one I'm getting 1.69 kilo ohms. Can you see that? Maybe I'll zoom in. So this is from the post to the spark plug. That's the secondary coil, 1.69 kilo ohms. So when you take the reading from here to this pole, that's your primary coil, and it's 0. So this thing is shot. Interesting. So, well, that bites. I will have to order another magneto. I wanted to finish this today, but no go. Well, that wasn't much of a video, was it? Have to wait for the magneto to come in. That's a few days. I wanted to finish the video today. But to top it off, I guess I'll go through this chainsaw real quick. You know, we'll do a 2 for Tuesday here. This is a Husqvarna 136. I have one exactly like it. Mine is in a case, so this one obviously was just, you know, sitting out in the sun. It's all sun faded. It did have the blade cover on it, but you know, no case with it. But oh, that chain looks that's almost a new chain. Awesome. And I believe it's a 14-inch, is that right? Yep, 14. But you can tell this sucker's been through it, and it's 2001. I think that's what it says. So it's 20 years old, you know. But the one I have, I think it's around the same age. I'd have to take a look, but I know it's the Husqvarna 136, and it just runs like a bat out of hell. Actually, I have a couple of them over there. One's a 136, and I have the Husqvarna 359, and that's been one of my favorite ones for a long time. It's an awesome chainsaws. I really like Husqvarna chainsaws, so I was kind of pleased. The guy just said take it, you know, it's had it. And the only thing I can see, you can see that plate cover's kind of sticking out right here, and I'll bet I know what happened. But first, I guess let's see if we can crank it. Well, let me see if I can start it here on the table. I have to pull left-handed. My right shoulder is shot. So there's the choke, on and off. Which one is that way is stop, so that's on. The choke is on. Everything seems to be working fine. Let's give it a few cranks and see what happens. Well, hang on, before I even do that, let me check the it's got a little something in there. Doesn't smell too bad. I'm going to put some fresh gas in it. Alright, I just put some fresh gas in. It'll probably take quite a few pulls if it's going to try it all. Okay. It's got compression, that's for sure. Alright, I'm going to have to put it down on the ground. Uh-oh, here it goes. Wow. Isn't that something? Just cranked right up and just needed a slight adjustment on the, what is it? Well, I guess a little bit both on the high and the low side, and then adjusting the idle so that your blade won't spin while it's idling, right? What can I say other than that? You know, what kind of video is this? I didn't have to do any repair to it. One thing I do want to check, this cover plate and make sure, as you can see underneath, if you can see this, so this is your safety stop, this little band right here, and when it kicks in, it just grips on to your clutch to keep your blade from spinning, right? But it looks like it's trying to come off. It should be seated well down here. So that's probably what happened. Usually this happens if it overheats, or if you have. He probably tried to start it with the safety switch, you know, clicked on, and when you do that and then still try to rev it up, it'll start smoking up, and it'll get hot and it'll warp. And let me try something here. So that, yeah, so that is locked, and I'll bet he ran it like this and warped the outer cover. Yeah, there we go. Well, out of curiosity, I'm going to take that off. So if this was engaged, it shrinks over and grabs the clutch. And when you do that, if it's engaged and you pull it off, it's kind of a hassle to put it back on, because it's shrunk down, you know. So there is a way to unlock it, and just make sure it's unlocked and you can pop it back on. But this, yeah, you can tell it's kind of, you can see it's all bubbly here where the plastic has kind of bubbled up, and then it warped. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll get online and see what it takes to I'm sure, oops, I'm sure they sell this piece alone, because it happens a lot more than I'd like to see. But yeah, wow, that's well, that's kind of cool. Well, alright, that was kind of a weird video, wasn't it? Two for Tuesday. They're both 2 strokes. One I'm going to have to wait for a magneto. Wasn't able to finish it today, but I broke out a chainsaw that was given to me. Said it just had it. But man, it's running pretty strong. We just need to replace the that one plate, you know. But I guess that's it for this video. I guess I'll shut it down, and I will wait for that magneto to get here, and I guess once I put it together, you know, I'll feature it real quick and show it working on the next video. But I'm sure that's the problem. If it isn't running, then yeah, then we'll continue on and keep troubleshooting it. But I'll show it working on a later video. I was just in a rush to get this one out, you know. Sure wanted to finish it today, but at least we got a chainsaw running today. So, well, that's it. So, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and watch my next video.